Backrooms objects explained. Liquid silence. Let's get into it. Imagine this. You finally no-clip back into reality and escape the backrooms. You run home and you sit down to finally relax and watch some TV, only to turn on Netflix and realize that you haven't paid your monthly subscription because you've been stuck in the backrooms. That would be terrible, right? So wouldn't it be nice if there was a way to make money with literally no effort at all? Luckily for you, there is a way with today's sponsor, Honeygain, which is an incredible app that allows you to earn money just for keeping it running in the background. Now obviously Honeygain isn't going to make you rich, but it can cover your monthly Netflix or Spotify subscription, or a tier on your favorite YouTuber's Patreon, or you could use it to buy in-game currencies so you don't have to ask your mom for money, because who wants to do that? So how does it all work? Well, it's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is install the Honeygain app on your device, launch it, and let it run in the background. And that's literally it. While it's running, Honeygain uses your connection to the internet to gather various pieces of information that are floating around the web, like prices for flights or clothing from your region. The prices around you might be different than in other places in the world, and this information is shared to sites like Best Deal sites so they can compare prices from around the world. And while they're doing that, you're getting paid just for sharing your connection to the internet. There are no worries when using Honeygain because it doesn't have any access to your private data. This means that it's completely safe to leave running while you're fighting off a skin stealer in the backrooms. So if you want to make money just by leaving a program running in the background that'll cover small expenses like subscriptions to Netflix or Spotify, or your favorite YouTuber's Patreon, download Honeygain with the link below and you'll receive $5 instantly into your account. Nice. Thank you Honeygain for sponsoring this video. So liquid silence is an extremely dark and extremely vicious substance that's made from the remains of scream eaters. Scream eaters are pretty much ghosts that wear a cloak, and they're made up of purely liquid silence. Cool. A large amount of liquid silence can induce crippling fear into anything or anyone in a 30-meter radius. That's terrifying. But the thing that makes this substance so unique is its ability to absorb and store sound. This makes it really handy for a ton of different things, which we'll talk about later. Every particle of liquid silence is its own pocket dimension, and each of the particles can store the amount of sound relative to its size. So some particles can hold more sound than others, pretty much. About 1 liter of liquid silence can contain about 191 decibels of sound, which is about the same amount of sound that happens when a grenade blows up. Nice. Once an individual particle of liquid silence is full, it will lose its ability to absorb any more sound. This liquid reacts to electrical currents in a really weird way as well. If you apply 1 volt of electrical current to liquid silence, its pocket dimensions will instantly collapse, releasing all of the sound they have stored in them. But once you take the electrical current away, the pocket dimension will restore itself back to normal. If the liquid silence dries up, it'll transform into a powdery substance that kind of looks like charcoal, but it's like really grainy and it clumps up more than charcoal does. And even the powder still has the ability to absorb and store sound. Cool. Now for the weirdest part of liquid silence, I think, and dry silence, I guess, is that it seemingly has the ability to induce irrational fear to creatures and humans in its vicinity, which, like I said earlier, is about 30 meters from it. If there's enough liquid silence there, it can be powerful enough to induce full-on hysteria on anything nearby, and even the smallest amount of it can cause you to get this uneasy feeling. But these abilities disappear somehow after the substance is made into something else. Now let's talk about the many uses of liquid silence. A really cool one is when you combine this liquid with metals or other materials during manufacturing. It'll cause whatever that product is to be completely silent. That is so dope. So you can mix liquid silence with rubber and make shoes that make no sound when you walk. This, of course, would be really nice to avoid you know who. Liquid silence is also used a ton in glove manufacturing in the backrooms, because this makes you have the ability to touch anything and not make a sound. So you could literally slap a wall as hard as you can and it wouldn't make any noise if you were wearing a glove with liquid silence infused in it. The mixing of liquid silence with metal is also a hugely important thing in the backrooms. You can make crowbars and other melee weapons that don't make any noise when you're using them. So you could be breaking down a door with a crowbar infused with liquid silence and it literally would not make a sound. Or if you're fending off an entity, you could be completely silent. And on top of that, this substance makes metals have a dark black tint to them, which is so cool to me. Imagine just walking around with like a pitch black sword that doesn't make any sound at all. Nice. You can even create firearms and ammo with liquid silence that make a silent gun. That would be so overpowered. Now back to dry silence. or the dried up version of liquid silence, but dry silence sounds better. So dry silence is also an extremely powerful explosive. 89 liters of this dry silence is equal to about 1 ton of TNT. You can store dry silence or liquid silence in a Smiler canister, which is like an infinite bag, I think. And you can keep it on you at all times. If you want to blow a bunch of stuff up, you can, or you can use it if one of these is charging at you. Now, given how much cool stuff you can make with it, obviously it'll be extremely rare and highly sought after. Like I said at the beginning, you can only get it from Scream Eaters, which are extremely rare entities themselves, making it even harder to get. And one Scream Eater only has about 40 to 50 liters of pure liquid silence. So you're gonna have to kill a bunch of Scream Eaters to get even a good quantity of it. And normally the people in the Backrooms who have it are in really large groups, who then turn it into weapons and dispense it throughout the Backrooms for everyone else to use. It's kind of wholesome. But I would really want them to make me a sword with liquid silence infused in it. Please, that's literally all I'm asking for. And yeah, that is it for this Backrooms Objects Explained video on liquid silence. This is easily one of the coolest things I've covered on the channel. This is just so cool to me. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about it. Thank you all for your support so much. It genuinely is just crazy to me. Thank you all so much. And thank you to all my patrons for supporting me a little extra. You guys are the homies. Thank you so much. And yeah, leave objects down below that you want me to cover in this series. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And I will see you later.